Everyone out there. I'm Selena for Who is Jesus Today. Wherever you are in the world, greetings. I'm going to begin reading a Bible verse, first chapter of Genesis. And this will be verse 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. Yes. So God created us in his own image. And that image is male and female. He created them. And so male and a female alike equally have been created in the image of God. This is how God wanted to create us. This was God's idea, God's design. So God wanted to design us as male and female. And it doesn't just stop with us, because if we see in our animal kingdom, we also have the reproducing of squirrels and cats and dogs and mice. And I tell you, I don't enjoy mice. I don't enjoy mice. But they have the right to exist, don't they? And to keep reproducing, as well as ants and roaches and so on. Right. So they keep, reproducing. So there's enough of that evidence, right, in all creation. I will in the future more, but I also have done some teaching of language, because I've been involved with teaching a language for some years now, and that's teaching English to different populations, and especially to people from refugee populations, people that did not just get on a plane because they wanted to take a vacation, or they want to just say relocate and to start school or a brand new career, but people who have to leave their lands for a safety and survival, like their life depends on it. So I've had a chance to meet a lot of people. I've been blessed. I've learned a lot about different people, culture, and languages as well. And today I'm going to speak about language. Because if you are living now on the planet, you're starting to understand, depends on where you are in the world, but certainly very much, prevalent now in the United States of America, lots of discussion about language and gender. And as you know, my position on this channel, I believe in the creation story, because I am a part of that. I'm looking at me now. Got my pink flowers on today. Yeah, I'm a girly girl. I even at this age in life, I still am. I haven't given up pink, and I don't intend to ever do so. Okay, so I want to talk about language. Now, you say, well, maybe you think, okay, I know where you're going. Maybe you do, but I don't think quite. But I'm going to approach this from a very realistic perspective. There's been some changes in our society regarding names of people and pronouns. A person feels that they belong in another gender, so they have a change of their names to represent more what they feel to be the appropriate gender for them. Now, the appropriate name that matches their preferred gender as they see themselves. Now, since we're talking about languages, I love languages. I just really love the spoken word. Okay? And so I'm going to talk today about gender-based languages. And English is not one of them. Other than the fact that we say she and he, but or male and female, woman and man. But English is not a gender-based language, okay? But there are some that are. I got this information from doing some research, by the way. I'm aware that the Latin languages are gender-based, but there are some that I did not know. So, it says that the 4 spoken gender languages are Hindi, Spanish, Espanol, which I do know, French, I do know about that, and Arabic. Okay, but a new project, I'm told, has been, going on, and for the first time, it was identified the grammatical gender structure of over 4,000 languages, which accounts for 99% of the world's population. Because we're talking about, okay, so we have the recognized languages that are standard, also are written. There are lots of languages that are spoken on the planet, though, that really are not a written language. It's a dialect too, but yet still it is a substantial language. Okay, there's different types of pidgin languages too, but there are some languages that people are speaking that you won't be able to go to, say, the library and get a book on it, but those are strong, substantial languages and dialects that are spoken by large populations of people. English doesn't really have a grammatical gender like many others do, which I'm sure a lot of you know. There's no masculine or feminine for nouns, unless you are referring to biologically male and female. Okay, which we all know. Now, Spanish, you think of Spanish, a little romantic, Spanish is a very gender-based language. Yes, it is. Spoken by millions. The gender of nouns agrees with the adjectives. Okay? So, Spanish is very gender-based. Siempre. Let's go over a few rules in Spanish. In Spanish, you have the O suffix, which stands for masculine. You have the feminine A. A. Like that, right? A. Okay. And that is feminine. My name, mi nombre es Selena. Selena is one of those Latin feminine names. Yes, it is. Now, if you want to change that to masculine, just suppose, then maybe you would say Celino. Okay? Celino. I'm going to stop this. Celino, but I am Selena. Let's look at some words here in Spanish. Compañero. Companero. Compañero means buddy. A little more tight than a friend. A little more closer than an amigo, which was got that O. So if you got an amigo in your life, you have a boyfriend, a man friend, whatever, but that friend is a male. If you have an amiga in your life, that's going to be a girl, a lady. Okay, so I did compañero, buddy. Okay, now let's do this one. Compañera. So that would be Companera, and that's partner, right? Okay. But at any rate, you see, the O makes it masculine and the A makes it feminine. Now, usually, masculine has an unmarked or default status often with, Spanish. So, you have to make the distinction. So if he's a doctor, then she must be a doctora. Okay? So now we add an A to doctor, and we get the feminine version of a doctor. You see? There you go. When it comes to the words they and them, in Spanish, ellos, ELLOS. But can you guess it now? You got it, because I know it was many millions of Spanish speakers, but just in case you don't have any background knowledge, ELLOS, there's an O in there. Guess what? That's masculine. Ellos. Now, ellas, ELLAS. That's they, and that is feminine. Okay. You got a sister. Okay, that's great, you got a sister. You may say sister in English. That ends in an R. What does that mean? That's a sister. Well, we know that, sister is a feminine description of a sister. Right? Okay, it can get really complicated, right? Language is a beast. It's huge, but I love it. Okay, so in Spanish, you have a hermana. That's right, you have a hermana. And you know why that's sister in Spanish? Because HERMANA, there goes that A again, that A represents that it is feminine. That's a sister. Now, if you want to say to us you have a brother in Spanish, then you're going to say hermano. It's the same word just about, but what makes it different? Well, you change that A to an O, and what do you get? You get hermano. A brother. Okay. Now, I got a little brave here, and I decided to practice a little Arabic, because you see, Arabic also is a gender base. And for those of you who out there and you speak Arabic, you can let us know, and you can provide the wisdom that we need on this. I did some research. Like I say, I know it's true for Latin languages, but although the history of Arabic and Spanish does have some relationship because of the region, okay? But we're not doing now that particular discussion. Okay, so I looked up and I see that sister in Arabic would be uhutu, okay? And then brother in Arabic would be ahu, okay. In Portuguese, sister in Spanish would be irmã, and brother, irmão. So you see again, Portuguese is a Latin language, so there you go, very easy to see. You end the sister in the A, you end the brother in the O. And then I looked at some names, and I stuck with the Latin names, because I actually think that Latin names are easy, especially with girl names, and they end in the letter A. A whole lot of them, a whole bunch of them. I won't say 100%, but a whole lot. Olivia, Victoria, Amelia, Anna, Maria, Selena, Clara, Luna, Diana. Don't you get that? It's almost like a song. Olivia, Victoria, Amelia, Anna, Maria, Selena, Clara, Luna, Diana. Okay, now, they all sound pretty. Tell me if these boy names that are Latin sound as pretty. Leo, Valentino. Now, Cielo can be boys or girls. Cielo. Cielo. Rolando. Okay. Not Rolanda. Rolando. Orlando. Cristiano. Okay. Leo, Valentino, Orlando, Cristiano. There you go. Do they sound like the ones ending in A? No, there's a clear distinction. So, what I wanted to really point out, because when people are trying to make change that goes against the grain of how societies have been existing for a very long time. For a very, very, very long time. I mean, the Hindi language, the Sanskrit is so old, so ancient. Spanish has been, Spanish, okay? Spanish, this is not something that just started. French. Now, I would say Arabic, yes. These are ancient tongues. But it says the world's 4 spoken gender languages. These languages have gender as part of the fabric in the formation of the language. How do you uproot all of that and change all of that? How do you change all that's already in place? Because we do live in a feminine and a masculine world. And both feminine and masculine should be respected and treated equally. Absolutely. I don't think that because I want to wear pink that I should not be taken seriously if I'm applying for a job or if I have to make a speech or on YouTube. I don't think so. I just think that I like to wear pink because sometimes that's how I express my femininity. But I also like brown, and I like black, and I like blue, and I don't care for green. I don't care for orange. Oh, I love purple and lavender. But I will say that when I'm kind of in that girly mood, I do like a lot of pink. I haven't outgrown it. I don't think I ever will, or I should, because that's how I express my femininity at times when I'm in the mood for that. But you don't have to wear pink to express your femininity. But is it okay if I do that? Do you mind? Is it okay? So, as we can see, definitely there is a clear distinction still. Now, there's been some activism to make changes in these gender-based languages. And obviously, since though there's one that is one of the most widely spoken is Spanish, and how much the Hispanic population is the fabric here in the United States, Um, there has been some activism that, you can't just, keep these languages so overtly, gender based like this. Make some changes here. Make it, more neutral. As far as I know, this is probably still in the works. But can you imagine how much work and time and effort in linguistics that it takes to uproot so many world languages that really do function grammatically based on gender structure? That's something to think about. I mean, because of what people are feeling in themselves and emotionally, it is something to think about. We just hear one side of this for the English language, which, by the way, isn't agenda-based to begin with. So it's pretty easier, right, in this country to say, oh, we'll do this and that. But you're talking about a new project, I'm told, has, for the first time, identified the grammatical gender structure of over 4,000 languages, which gives account to about 99% of the population. Now, I'm going to look into this some more, folks. I am not yet very schooled on this. This is the first time I'm really hearing about this myself. So since I love to study languages, I'm going to look more into this and find out more about gender-based languages around the world. And not all of them, I would imagine, are written, of course, because there's different sub-languages and dialects, as you know. So something to really think about, and it's really like a question of mine and a curiosity is, there seems to be a need to change a name to a feminine name and to no longer use your masculine name that you were given at birth. So I guess if you were born Leo, you become Leah. So it seems like even subconsciously we know what sounds feminine, what sounds masculine. I mean, this is deep. And it seems like even subconsciously we know. It's like innate. That's a good word. Innate, right? It means that, hey, it's in you. It's like it's in the grain of your humanity. Innate. That we know what is perceived to be or to look feminine, and what is perceived or to be to look masculine. I mean, just am I just the only one that might be like a little cuckoo here? I mean, do you see the difference though in a name like Leo, and then when you say Leah? I mean, I just wonder if I even brought this to the attention of a 6-year-old kid, and I played a game with them, which would be fun. And I say, can you please tell me when I say a name, which one sounds like a girl's name and which one sounds like a boy's name? I'm curious. I would like to see. I haven't done this before. So I want to say, okay, Leo. Okay, Leah. Maria. Mario. You see? It's easy to do this with Latin names, I don't have a clue on how to do it with Hindi, but I just wanted to point this out, that what's in a name, there's a lot in a name. There's a lot in a name. Yes, there is a lot. Representation is strong with names, which is why names get changed, which is why in the Latin languages, Romantic languages, especially, the emphasis is put on masculine and feminine. and feminine. And the letter O, masculine. A, feminine. I made a sign of an A. I don't know. People get into signs with hands and stuff. I'm just trying to make the sign of an A, the letter A. That's the best that I can do it. Yeah, I'm into Jesus. He is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. But I also just want to say that, yeah, I am a lot into languages. I enjoy working with people that speak different languages. I enjoy teaching it, English, and I do love the Spanish language. And I do like Arabic a lot. I like to listen to it, but I certainly am far from understanding anything. I can say shukran, thank you. Okay? So I just wanted to point out this with language. That's even in language we know what's going on. And it's something to think about. How do you uproot all of this? How do you uproot all of this? It's been going on for a very, 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 very long time. Okay. Thank you for visiting and stopping by. And yeah, I just wanted to go through a little bit of a quick language lesson and to throw out a little bit of research that I've done. I got a lot more to do on this though. I'm not done with this topic yet. You can like and subscribe. Thank you for your time. Shalom.